The deadline for Corrine Brown to report to federal prison is now less than 14 hours away. She will serve 5 years on 18 federal convictions, including fraud and conspiracy. News4JAX was outside Brown's church this morning, Bethel Baptist Institutional in downtown Jacksonville. This was her final morning as a free woman. But tonight, News4JAX reporter Scott Johnson shows us what's next, giving us an inside look at life inside the prison in Sumter County, where Brown will report.
I've been told all of Corrine Brown's belongings inside prison will be inside a locker not much bigger than this. We've spoken with both a former inmate and corrections officer who say the first few weeks are extremely difficult. A former inmate at the Coleman facility in Sumter County says Corrine Brown will be called a newbie when she arrives, after likely the longest car ride of her life, just to get to the prison.
I know when I had that 2.5-hour ride, I was in a state of shock. I didn't see a thing.
You're calling this woman Alice. She says Brown will get a job in the prison, and work is not easy.
Some of it could be hard work. Some of it you're out in the blazing sun doing the mowing. Some of it is digging. It just depends on what needs to be done for that camp for the day.
I also talked to a former lieutenant in the facility. Richard Perry says Brown will not get special treatment. They've had high-profile inmates before.
The life that she is accustomed to what she is entering right now is 180. And you have to depend on other inmates. And there is staff out there that you can talk to that helps you get through it. And the worst portion of going to prison is the first couple of weeks. One, you got to understand, you're restricted. You can't call out. You can't speak to your family.
Perry adds it's possible Brown's high-profile stature could work against her and make her a target for other inmates.
Being high-profile, people might try to exploit you for money, for commissary, and even beds. If hypothetically she has a lower bunk, she could actually be strong-armed for that. So that's what they kind of teach you in the A&O orientation, that if you see something, and I'm going to say it like this, see something, you got to be able to know who to go to and report it.
And Corrine Brown is by far not the first high-profile inmate there. Former mob boss Whitey Bulger is locked up there, and corrections officers I talked to out there on site told me that Larry Nassar, the disgraced U.S. gymnastics doctor who was just sentenced to 170 years in prison, will be headed there in coming weeks. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
And again, Brown is under orders to report to prison by noon tomorrow. We will be live from Sumter County on the morning show and continue to post updates on news4jax.com.